Hi, and welcome into another live edition of 410 Sports Talk. I'm Glenn Martin here with my co-host James Haskell. No DK for this episode, but of course he'll be back on the next one. But excited to talk about this upcoming matchup between the Ravens and the Bears. Of course, the Ravens finishing out or coming out of their bye week, week 7, and we'll get into those who are going to be returning after that deserved and much needed week of rest and recuperation for some of the guys here to get back on the field. But before we get into it, of course, we have to give a shout out to our sponsor for today's episode. Jimmy, who we got?
Yeah, of course. You guys know we've been sponsored by Delete Me for the majority of this season, and things aren't changing. Certainly, Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when we know, as well as anyone, that data breaches are common enough to make every one of us vulnerable and exposed. Those that are capturing your data, those data brokers are commoditizing it. So anyone can buy and sell, of course, private information, your information included. What are we talking about? Social security numbers, home address, information about your family members, name, contact information. It's all compiled, sold online, just like you buy something on Amazon. So I'm sure that all you guys, just like us, have a relative, because it's a requirement now, active online presence, whether you think so or not. And the only thing you can do is live in the world in which we live. And so in order to take control of your data, keep your life private, go ahead and sign up for Delete Me. Now, of course, for our listeners, you get 20% off by going to deleteme.com, or excuse me, deleteme.com, and then using /HIT. And then the same thing in the promo code area, you put HIT, HIT, at checkout. It's the only way you get the 20% off. Remember, go to deleteme.com /HIT and enter the code HIT. That's deleteme.com /HIT, code HIT.
There we go, folks. Keep your stuff safe. But look, we are excited because the Ravens' road to redemption starts here. It starts this week. Their march to get back into contention and relevancy starts this week. And, man, I am super excited for it. So, Jimbo, where we always start, do you happen to have the beautiful, I'll say it beautiful this week in comparison to what we've seen in previous weeks, the beautiful injury report? I know you're trying to get
I do
it now.
I
but
sure do.
This is man, does it look a lot better than what we've been dealing with. Craig Fox says, my wife and I will be at the game for a 5-year anniversary. Here's hoping for a win. Shout out to Craig and his wife for their 5-year anniversary. That's a beautiful thing. Keep it going.
Let's go, baby.
Love to see it. And appreciate Lisa Ann shouting out. Yeah, it's just something a little new here, something a little different. Appreciate you showing some love and support, Lisa Ann. Thank you. But as you can see, absolutely, as you can see on the screen here, right in front of you, the Ravens injury report. Oh my goodness. Look at that Friday participation, man. Look at that Friday participation. All those fools. I mean, certainly Ronnie Stanley, the only one not practicing. He had a DNP, but that's just for rest purposes. Looks like he's good to go and he'll be out there. But looks like they're going to get Chidobe Awuzie back. Zay Flowers is a full participant. Kyle Hamilton will be out there. DeAndre Hopkins, who missed earlier in the week for illness, as well as Marlon Humphrey. They're both full participants. They're going to play. Lamar Jackson looked to be in good spirits out there running around, practicing in full. Finally, after 2 limited sessions on Wednesday and Thursday. Pat Ricard, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to finally see Pat Ricard. I cannot wait to see that guy and see the impact that he makes on the field. Roquan Smith, first time against Chicago. Is that true?
Second, I think, right?
Is it second? Okay.
Didn't we play them the year he came to Baltimore?
Oh man,
I feel like that happened
in the chat.
Let us
here.
know. Where's DK when you need him? He's probably drunk at the end of a bar.
That's it. Him and Joe Flacco sitting next to each other
in heaven.
In heaven. Tez Walker also with the oblique, back to full strength. He's ready to go. So, man, I mean, after what we've been dealing with the injury report, this is a sight for sore eyes. Really, the only people not on this list who, I think Tavius Robinson's pretty obvious. He's on IR. He's not going to be playing, and of course, Metabike. But outside of those guys who we already knew about were long-term injuries, everyone who had bumps and bruises or short-term injuries is all going to be back boy, was that bye at a much needed time for the Ravens, Jimmy.
Yeah. You couldn't be more right, Glenn. Like you said, the injury report looks great. We're super happy these guys are coming back. And I think the road to redemption is what the trailer should be for this week, right? Like, you know how they do the trailer for the game, but this is it, brick by brick up Thames Street, baby. This is what it's got to be, one brick at a time. And this is the first test. Quan says, do we see a ramp up in Jair finally? I don't know. For me, Jair's just a toss up at this point. I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, I look at him as like the cherry on top, right? He's like, if he's there, great. But if he's not there, I mean, we don't expect it. It's not that essential to the Sunday, in my opinion. Which is crazy because of the player that he once was. But man, it would be nice to see him, look like the old Jair, especially against a team that has quite a few weapons on the outside.
Yeah, couldn't disagree with you there, Glenn. So yeah, we'll see what happens with him. But ultimately, super happy for the health for the Baltimore Ravens. Glad to know that if we're going to go down swinging, it's with no excuses. It is what it is. We still have a chance. And look, you live with what you got. And this is what we got. I know everyone can say, and the coaches, if it comes to trying to save their jobs, might say, oh, well, we don't have this, that, or the other. But no team is perfect. And, we just want to be healthy. So let's talk about the Bears real quick, Glenn. And then I have some questions I want to get into as well. And of course, we'll get into offense, defense, and vice versa on both teams and otherwise. But let's talk about these Bears here. The Bears who, what are they, 5-2?
4-2. 4 in a row. They've won 4 in a row.
Looking certainly more formidable than I. Yeah, I got you. Looking more formidable than I think what people were. Some people at least were expecting. But getting some guys back here. If I'm not mistaken, I think DJ Moore was out last week, or I know he's been banged up. I have him on my fantasy team, and I know he's just been banged up and questionable pretty much every week. That's obviously a big deal. Who's the other kid that he really likes to throw to? He's not on here, but Swift has been a good, stable presence for them in this season. Questionable, but certainly not going to be at full health. Are there any other names on here that you look at and you're like, okay, this is a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, Cole Kmet's a good player. He's a good blocker and receiving tight end. He's their leading tight end, despite the fact that they took Colston Loveland at I believe the number 10 pick in the draft this year. So it's not like they're not going to have a good option. Obviously, they have a lot of faith in Colston Loveland, or they wouldn't have taken him at the 10th overall pick in the draft. But Cole Kmet is no doubt going to be somebody that they miss out there. No doubt about it. They had 2 studs. They're down to just one pretty good tight end, but still a young guy nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, look, Braxton Jones has been, I believe, I don't know if he's played yet this year. If he has, it hasn't been much. And then Roschon Johnson, the backup running back. They had got two pretty good running backs, which we're going to get into in a little bit. So I don't think they'll miss him too much. Yeah. Now, in the secondary, if I was reading correctly earlier, they did have some, it's hard for me to see this list you have, Jimbo.
Oh, here.
There we go. Here. Stevenson's a big loss for them in the back end of their defense. I think that's somebody they're going to feel that loss, in my opinion. So that to me is probably the biggest one. And I could have sworn there was another one in the secondary that I was reading earlier when I was studying up for this. He looks like, I think he's coming back. Play.
So I mean, yeah.
I think he's going to play. Oh, there it is. Kyler Gordon at the very top. I'm like tripping, missing him. That's a big loss. So I think that's 2 big losses in the secondary for them, Stevenson and Kyler Gordon. So if I'd had to say, I mean, surprisingly, I think we're the healthier team heading into this one.
Wild to think about, dude. Absolutely wild.
To see. Yep, yeah. No doubt.
I'm not doing this correctly, Glenn. There we go. I did it. I fixed our screen.
Yeah, exactly. But, there it is. Their secondary is beat up, and I think that's the advantage we'll have because I think they have a good front seven. They can stuff the run well. They're not great passers. We're gonna get into it, but the big thing is the injuries to the secondary should be impactful for the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing, is this a bounce back game for a guy like Zay Flowers, right? Who had a rough game. pass game. You know, is this a bounce back game, a get right game for Lamar Jackson? Is this what I would, now that it is racing season, consider a downhill race for the Ravens where they can gain some momentum and just feel really good about their path forward as they continue to kind of round out into gear, right? Because a lot of guys are coming back after not playing together for a few weeks. Yet to be seen, man. I'm really excited about this game. Injuries, like you said, Glenn, injuries seem to be on our side for this one, so no excuses. But let's talk about what do you know about Caleb Williams and this Bears offense, Glenn? If I really quickly before I let you jump into it, I have to be honest. I have as putrid as our defense is, I have little fear about their offense. I have little fear about their offense because of Caleb Williams. I think at best he's a game manager. And I think if the game is tight, I don't think he can make the play at the end of the game. And I don't think that I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with us from a scoring perspective. So I'm not overly nervous. Should I be more concerned about their offense than I'm letting on than I am right now?
Well, I think that it really depends on a lot of factors. I mean, let's start by looking at what they do well on the offensive side of the ball, and then we'll kind of talk about how the Ravens can try and neutralize that. Is it showing on your screen here, Jimbo? Can you see it? There it goes. Okay. All right, perfect. All right, so points per game, they're 10th in the league at 25.3. Yards per game, they're 12th at 346. Third down conversion, they're 14th at 40%. Fourth down conversion, 27th to 42%. Touchdowns per game, they're 17th at 2.7. So let's see, the rushing yard, they're pretty good. 129 on the ground. That's number 8 in the league. In the air, passing yards per game, 217. That's 14th. So they're kind of like a middle of the pack offense in a lot of ways. I do think they have a slightly better than average rush attack because they have 2 pretty good running backs. But you got to remember, this is a new offensive system that Caleb Williams is learning. Ben Johnson, of course, probably the hottest offensive coordinator that I can remember in quite some time, was taken from the Lions and is now the head coach there. And he's implementing that Lions offensive game plan over in Chicago. And so they do some things well. I mean, I think they run the ball pretty well, and they got some pretty good pass catchers on the outside. Let's see here. I'm going to switch over and show. Let's talk a little bit about their players individually.
You got me real nervous, Glenn.
Well, no, not by that. I won't. Not by that. Let's see. Caleb Williams, as you guys all know, he's a hot and cold type player is how I would describe him. DeAndre Swift and Kyle Manangai, I think it is how you say it. Those are 2 good running backs, kind of the thunder and lightning, as they always say. DeAndre Swift, more of the shifty, make you miss back. Manangan is a tough, hard-nosed runner, can certainly break tackles and all that. So it's 2 pretty good running backs, both averaging over 4.5 a carry, and they can move the ball. Rome Odunze is a really good young receiver, along with Luther Burden, who's been less utilized. Rome Odunze has been really taken off. Luther Burden still kind of waiting for his moment to do so. DJ Moore, we all know about him. If you're a Maryland fan, you've known DJ Moore a long time. I'm a big DJ Moore guy. This is a guy. I mean, at Maryland, it didn't matter. We had a linebacker at quarterback, and he was putting up numbers because we were down to our 5th quarterback when he was there. And that's how good and DJ Moore still putting up numbers. DJ Moore, of course, better. They get the ball in his hands near the line of scrimmage. He's great at yak yards. Rome Odunze, more of the deep threat for this team. But both can really move well with the ball in their hands. Devin Duvernay also backing things up. Like I said, Cole Kmet's out. Colston Loveland will step into that position. And look, he's a receiving tight end. I think he's a threat. You got to worry about him. But they're missing Cole Kmet, no doubt about it. As far as their offensive line, the left tackle, let's see here. Left tackle is probably their weakest link on their offensive line. He's certainly susceptible to be rushed on, but do we have the guys to make them pay for it? That's the question. Their left guard, Joe Thuney. Pro Bowl player, great player from the Kansas City Chiefs. They brought him over to help stabilize the line. He's done that. Dahlman's an okay player, but susceptible to a big, strong guy, which we have. I think he can be had by a Travis Jones or John Jenkins type player. And then the right side, Jonah Jackson, Darnell Wright. I think they're pretty good pass blockers, but I think their offensive line is pretty good, but not world beaters. but it can be had. But the question is, Jimbo, do we have the guys to do it?
No, of course not.
No.
If you're talking about pressure, I think the bigger question is, and this is my fallback for this entire game. If my logic ends up falling flat on his face, then I'll accept defeat. But they could have the Great Wall of China in front of them, right? Like, you still have the wrong guy under center. This is what it is.
Okay.
I mean, I agree with you. Their offensive line is much improved in comparison to last year, and it doesn't seem like he's feeling like he's running from his life, and still, even with all of that, what does he look like right now? I mean, is he better than half the quarterbacks in the NFL? No, I don't think that's fair to say. I think he's maybe middle of the pack. I think he's in the third of four, of four groups of quarterbacks. He's in the third tier, and he's probably one of the top in the third tier, but I don't know. I know they've been doing a lot by getting turnovers and not turning the ball over. He's certainly greatly improved that way. And I credit a lot of that to the offensive line, but, and the rush attack was swift, but, I'm not sold on this offense. I think our defense I could really be drinking the Kool-Aid here, but I think with the settling of the secondary, who's the kid that we got from the Chargers? I'm never going to remember his name. I just know he went to Notre Dame and he's a 6th-round pick and he played for the Chargers. Gilman is his last name? Oh, boy. Am I frozen? Is Glenn frozen? Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Oh. No.
You there?
Give me one second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec.
But my only point, guys, is Alohi. Yeah, Alohi Gilman, right? I'm hoping that he has some sort of settling effect like an Ardarius Washington did last year. He doesn't have to be this incredible playmaker. Like, Ardarius just somehow makes play. Not somehow. I mean, the kid's talented. That's how he makes plays. He doesn't need to be all that. I'm not asking him to be all that, but I think he has a settling presence. I think he allows us to get more out of Malachi. I think he allows us to get more out of Kyle. And I think that improves the pass rush enough. But that's what our defense is going to be. But ultimately, I think that allows us to outscore teams more than at the beginning of the year where we had to be perfect, right? Offensively, and put up, 37, and we were 1-2 or 1-3, whatever, averaging 37 points a game. So, yeah, I'm excited about this matchup because I think this defense can do a lot to get their mojo back and get some sort of confidence back in their game. Anyway, I just said a lot. You're still there, right?
I'm still bad. Am I still bad? Am I still delayed?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Jesus. My internet is struggling right now. I don't know why, but the bars are dropping.
Do you want to just full on restart and see if it makes a difference? Like your computer, and I'll.
You think so? You think I should? How delayed am I right now?
Yeah, delayed. It's rough.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Got you. I'll be back.
No, that's totally fine. So, I mean, if you look at their offense, I think they're middle of the road, guys. I think they're a team that is dependent on their ability to run. Every team is dependent on their ability to run the football, but Caleb Williams is very dependent on DeAndre Swift. He doesn't really want to push the ball downfield. If you guys have watched some tape, I haven't watched a ton, but I've watched enough to be prepared for the show, and I'm not convinced that he can beat us by pushing the ball down the field. He wants to dump it off. He wants to get DeAndre Swift the ball. He wants to do all that stuff. And so I think it does provide our defense with a really awesome opportunity here. As below average and terrible as our defense has been, I still think they got a shot to do something in this game. Would love to know your guys' thoughts as well here for this one. All right, let me pull this up real quick. All right. So, so let's talk about, some X factors for us defensively and areas where I think that, guys we think can make big plays. I think one of them, of course, is Kyle Van Noy and Kyle Hamilton. But I think we also should not omit the signing, while he won't be in this game, of Carl Lawson, right? Got 5 sacks last year. Of course, we know him from being in Cincinnati and being in the division. He seemed to have a better start to the career to his career, than as it's gone on. But I don't expect a ton from him as far as, being a type A or a 1A pass rusher, but it looks like they're trying to make moves. The only thing that has me discouraged is that this might be a signing because we couldn't get the other people we were hoping to get in trade. So one of the things I want to know in the comments is if you guys think we're done. Do you think we're done for the trade deadline, which of course is November 4th? Are we making any more deals? Will Eric do anything else? Whether that's interior defensive line, whether that's edge, is he going to do something here? And then also, what do you guys think is going to be of this defense, man, in this game, which I think is a fair test. If Caleb Williams hangs up 35 on us, we have no one to blame but ourselves. So look, this is a great opportunity for our defense. I think this is they're squarely positioned to. I'm not saying they're going to be world beaters, but start taking the water and move that momentum in a positive direction, right? If you're talking about this defense's momentum being a stream, it's going the wrong way. Let's start going the other way instead of working upstream. Let's get the current going the right way for this defense. So yeah, Glenn, I was just rounding out the defense, our defense, and their offenses. Expectations.
Well, one thing that could help this week, and it kind of remains to be seen, is the addition of Carl Lawson. If you guys saw the Ravens,
I just mentioned that.
Okay. Oh, so did you mention? Give a little synopsis. 5 sacks last year. Okay. Yep. All right. Cool. So we'll kind of see what kind of difference he makes. My take is that they kind of looked at him as not much of a production drop off from what they were getting out of Oweh, but they can get that for a lot less of a cost with Carl Lawson than they were paying Adafe. So the big thing when I look at their offense, it all runs through the rush attack. They need to have a good rush attack in order for Caleb to be comfortable. Caleb, if he's able to stand back there, be comfortable behind his offensive line, he can play well. He really can. Now, the problem is, for him, if you can force him off his first read, make him go through his progressions, make him hold the ball a little bit, he starts getting wild with the ball. He starts running around and throwing the ball to the wrong team. Now, this is a team that is plus 11 in the turnover ratio. So they've done a really good job, particularly on the defensive side, which we'll get to, at causing turnovers, a ton in the last 4 games. But also they've done a good job of holding on to the ball offensively. And so I think the first thing you got to do is you got to stop Swift and Manange. You got to stop those two, particularly DeAndre Swift. He's the bell cow. He's been banged up all season, but he always finds a way to make a play. Cracks off a big run here, big run there. So if the Ravens can handle and kind of stifle the rush attack, which we saw signs of that before the bye week, we saw a big kind of jump in that area. And I think that's the big key. And of course, Roquan coming back will help, allowing Kyle Hamilton to be at and near the line of scrimmage. Now that Gilman's here, roaming the back end with Malachi, I think it'll allow them to stifle the run game if they can and force him into 3rd and long. All you have to do is force him off his first read or 2, and I think he'll start making mistakes.
And Glenn, don't you agree? I can't remember if you were on for this part or not. He doesn't want to push the ball down the field. You can tell by the way he plays. He's hesitant. He's not excited about doing it. He wants to get that ball to Swift. He wants to get that ball in the flat. It's not his thing, dude. There's other guys certainly that you worry about more that are maybe equivalent in production, but the way they play, they're better at that part of the game. He doesn't have a lot of confidence in that part of his game.
Yeah, and I think that holds him back. Anyway. Yeah, it holds him back. And the good thing for them is they found a way to get the ball out of his hands quick into their playmaker's hand, and he's got good playmakers with the ball in their hands. So they can cover up that lack of want to get the ball down the field by going, okay, we'll get the ball out of his hands quick. We'll get it into DJ Moore's hands, Rome Odunze's hands, Swift to be a pass catcher out of the backfield, and we'll let those guys create yards after catch and make those short throws into big plays. But I think you're right. He's just not comfortable behind that offensive line, even though it's a lot better than it was last year because they are still susceptible to a good pass rush. The question is, do the Ravens have a good pass rush? The way the Ravens need to do it, and Quan brings it up as a perfect segue. Quan says, can we load the box? Can we blitz? Can we be the aggressors? Can we not rush 2? Can we not forget about Henry and short yardage downs, even if we throw? I think that first part is perfect. They have got to bring the heat on Caleb Williams. Again, we talked about this all the time. The investment made in this secondary, let's lean on it. Wiggins, you want to be one of the best corners in football. You want to follow Devontae Adams around? Okay. Shut down Rome Odunze. Shut him down. He's a young guy. You're a young guy. Shut him down. Marlon Humphrey, let's see you lock up DJ Moore. I mean, that's a physical guy. You got to bring him down with force. You got to tackle this guy. Okay, let's put Marlon on him. Why not? Colson Loveland, welcome to the NFL. Here's Kyle Hamilton. Good luck. Let's see some stunts. Let's see some creative pass rush out of our defensive front seven, because we know we can't just flat out beat the guy in front of us with a 4-man pass rush. We cannot do it this year. So I better not see this soft-ass coverage where we let Caleb sit back there, be comfortable, and zip the ball all around the field. If we make Caleb Williams look like a Pro Bowl quarterback, it's over.
No, that's exactly what I said. If he rings up 35 on us, forget about it.
It's over. It's over. And look, this is not your old Bears team. This is a Bears team that's won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, this team's playing well. So, this isn't going to be a cakewalk like we probably thought before the season, especially when you look at we're coming off a bye, we're at home. Like, these are usually recipes for a blowout for the opponent. We usually destroy teams in this exact scenario. But this Ravens team's a little bit different than most teams. So be creative and be aggressive on the defensive side of the ball is all I'm asking for. And look, if we get beat going out, guns a-blazing, I'd rather it be that than going out and getting beat being soft and tentative. We don't want that. Let's not play this soft coverage, rushing 3. No, it never works for us. Let's go out, hit these guys in the mouth, be aggressive, be physical. And I think we got a shot, man. I really do. We got to stop the run, and we got to make Caleb uncomfortable. Have to do it.
Absolutely. Have to do it. Yeah.
And Quan, we're going to get into that second part here soon, no doubt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, let's do you have any X factors defensively for us, Glenn? A breakout player, anything like that? I mentioned the 2 Kyles. I think they just got to have big games. That's pretty obvious. Any guys that are less obvious? I mean, I think the linebackers need to play well against Swift, but I don't know if that's I don't know if you have a breakout candidate there or something.
Well, certainly Roquan's got to have a big game. Not only are you coming back after missing some, you're coming off the bye week, but you're also playing the team that drafted you, the team that traded you away. So I expect Roquan to play violent. I expect this dude to, I think DeAndre Swift will remember this game because of Roquan Smith. And I think he's got to be the most impactful player on defense. So I'm going to say Roquan for all those reasons. This guy's, no one should be more motivated to play well than Roquan Smith. But I also think Chidobe Awuzie is a difference maker on the back end, even if it doesn't mean he's going to get an interception or a ton of pass breakups or any of that. But his ability to be sticky in coverage, I think, will be helpful in this game. But my breakout, my big time player, it's not that flashy because it's Roquan, but it's Roquan.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, he's got to have something extra in the tank. Anybody that says these games don't matter is crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I compete against my former employer every day, and I love it.
That's right.
Let's see. Herman Chantre 606 says, remember organized chaos with Rex Ryan? Stack the box. You don't know who's coming and bailing. Instead, we rush 4 playoff.
Yes. Crazy. Or 3.
Yeah. 2. We did it. We did 2 once, didn't we?
Yes. That was so aggravating.
It's just trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. Yep.
What are it's here,
It's just playing scared too, man. Don't play scared when you have that much invested in your secondary. Makes no freaking sense. And especially when you have a 0 chance that a 3 or 4 man pass rush is actually going to get home. There's just no chance right now. Not the way we're playing. But yeah, oh my God, I love that organized chaos. I mean, I think the Bears do some of this, which we're about to transition over to their defense. And I kind of like the way they use their DBs off the edge to blitz. You don't know which one's coming. They might both come. They might both drop, but they're both good blitzers. So, I really, really hope the Ravens are aggressive defensively to shut down this offense. I hope the fans are loud and proud. I know that, the fans haven't been necessarily had a lot to cheer for as of late. And I'll admit, the game I went to, the Texans game, I didn't make it through the whole game. It was that hard to watch. It was that tough to watch, but the Ravens fans, at least I hope, will show out for the first half until the Ravens give them reason to give up, to be loud and make times tough for Caleb Williams. So come on, Ravens flock. Let them hear you.
That's right. Look, we still got a chance. As long as we still got a chance, there's something to fight for here. All right, Glenn, let's switch it over.
Yeah. Let's talk about the defensive side. Jimbo, I'm scared to pull up all those windows I had and share screens because I think that might have been part of the reason why I was skipping and,
Yeah.
and
Well, let's
all
just
that.
talk. We can.
Yeah, so I can just break down, let's see here, a lot of what they have. I will say that if you start up front with their front seven, let me see here. Let's see. They paid Sweat a bunch of money in the offseason. I believe they traded for him and then gave him a huge contract. To this point, I believe he has 2 sacks. Again, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, guys, because I do not want to pull up too many windows. But Montez Sweat is their stud pass rusher. But again, production hasn't caught up to the contract just yet, but he's still a good player. Grady Jarrett, pretty good interior defensive lineman. Gervin Dexter, again, I think he has 2 sacks, 2.5 sacks. He's a pretty good, kind of push the pocket D tackle from the interior who can make things tough for smaller guys like Linderbaum. I think that could be a bit of a bit of an area for concern when we, you talk about Linderbaum and kind of his weakness is those big, strong guys. They can certainly be disruptive, but they're not the best. They're not the best pass rushing group. I'll say it like that. Like they leave a lot to be desired. It's not great. So if you're an offensive line that's been struggling, this should be kind of a get back game for you, at least going up against their D line and their edge guys. I think the Ravens have a chance to match up pretty well. Their linebackers, Tremaine Edmonds, everybody remembers when they got rid of Roquan, they stole Edmonds from the Bills. And look, they got a lot of height on their defense. I was looking around. They got a bunch of 6'4" guys. They got a 6'4" corner. They got a 6'4" linebacker in Edmonds. He's got 3 interceptions on the year, so he's good in coverage. He can absolutely fly, can run with the best of them. Let's see what else I have here. Their other linebacker is also a pretty good tackler. Let's see here. TJ Edwards, also a good tackler. I think he had double-digit tackles earlier in the season in one game, can absolutely run. So I think they got 2 pretty good linebackers. The secondary, their safeties, Kevin Byard's been around how long? We remember Kevin Byard because Lamar Jackson put him on a poster in that Titans playoff game, broke his ankles, left him in quicksand. But I think he's got 4 interceptions on the year, 3 or 4. Pretty good center fielder, pretty good ball skills, covers up mistakes by his corners. He can get over there. Now, I don't think he's going to be 4
interceptions. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so he gets his hand on the ball. And then Jaquan Brisker, the other safety, he's up by the box, strong safety. He's going to be up near the line of scrimmage. He's a good blitzer, super physical. I think Justice Hill's going to have to have a big game as a picking up pass rushers because, like I was mentioning earlier, they'll bring their nickel corner and they'll bring Jaquan Brisker off of the edge frequently to come harass your quarterback. So while they might not get it done traditionally, they're doing what I wish the Ravens would do. They're bringing extra guys. They're saying, all right, we're going to blitz our linebackers. We're going to blitz our DBs. We're going to confuse your offensive line, and we're going to get to your quarterback. So I think, and that's a lot of times why they have so many damn turnovers, why they're a +11 turnover ratio. They bring a lot of different looks. They'll bring them up the line of scrimmage, and then this guy will drop, and this guy will come. And this guy will drop, this guy will come. And you don't oftentimes know what's happening until the snap. So the offensive line, I just hope they don't get confused by that kind of their version of organized chaos. And that has me a bit concerned, Jimbo, after what we've seen from this offensive line so far this season. But it's not necessarily their front. It's their scheme and their DBs and linebackers that they bring that adds the confusion. And Sweat's a good player. Jarrett's a good player. Dexter's a good player. They just don't have the production, but they do it as a team. They kind of remember that year where we had a lot of sacks, but nobody had more than 6.
It was only 2 years ago, right?
That's kind of how they it's like everybody has 2 on their team.
That was the year that, and who knows, we could, I'm hoping we're this team. We got 2 couch guys, and they had 9 and 10 sacks respectively. Van Noy and Clowney, right? Was that 2 years ago or 3?
Man,
whatever
it was 3
it was.
Now. It was 3
right?
now. Yeah,
you know what I'm
3.
saying though. But led the league in sacks. But Glenn,
2 years.
I think we're starting to see by the surgence of Odafe Owe that, and even other guys look, man, is this coaching? Is this a coaching thing? It's starting to look that way.
Yeah, it was I tell you, if anybody was watching that Bears Bucks game last Monday night, it was pretty frustrating watching Arthur Maulette rip the ball out of the hands of the tight end and cause an interception. And then not to be outdone, Rock Ya-Sin was following all the best receivers and making play after play until he got knocked out. Now, both of them ended up getting knocked out of the game with injuries, but they were absolutely everywhere. And it's like, wow, that's our scraps. Those are the guys we're throwing away while our guys are running around looking absolutely lost on defense. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, as far as their, I think that there's opportunity to attack their corners, especially when you consider the injuries that they have. With Stevenson out, with Gordon out, I think there's opportunity to. Zay Flowers has to have a bounce back game. I mean, every time Lamar's played, he's played well. And I expect that to be the exact case this time. I think he has a huge game. I think Bateman has a chance to have a big game too, because I think they have the ability to uncover against these corners. There's just no doubt. Now, like I said, Byard has the ability to help cover up some of their mistakes. So you got to be wary of where that guy is as far as on the back end of that defense. But man, if our wide receivers can't take advantage of this beat up secondary, especially when, like I said, their pass rush is not the 85 Bears here. I think the Ravens have an opportunity to kind of air the ball out a little bit. Now, of course, we're going to want the run game going. We're going to want to see Derrick Henry get back to what he normally does. I better see Derrick Henry over 100 yards this game, especially when you have Ricard back. You have Ronnie Stanley healthy and ready to go. But I do think they have an opportunity to air the ball out and get some yards through the air.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. To me, the biggest thing is I don't even care about the yard. I care about the yards. Let me not say that. But Derek just needs to get 18 touches.
Yeah.
18, right? Like that, to me, that's the floor. You got to get Derek. What is that, a quarter? That's like 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
I mean, really?
That's
4.5 touches?
Seems like cake, right?
Yeah. Like, what do we... And I feel like it's funny. He'll get 10 in the first quarter, but then he'll get none in the second, none in the third, and then he'll get 4 in the fourth.
Yeah.
Just this weird thing. Like, let's just stick with... I don't know. I know there's been some reports about Monken, but what do you expect? So let me tell you what I'm expecting from our offense. And once again, this is always going to be the positive view because that seems to be the way I'm feeling these days.
Okay.
Post game, I could feel much differently. But to your point, Glenn, I think that the offense is going to go right back to being what they were when Lamar Jackson was, from a scoring perspective. We were putting up 37 points a game, plus some because Ricard is going to be back. And hopefully our offensive line has continued to having more time to improve and gel and whatever the words are, but hopefully they come back a little bit better. Coming off a bye, certainly this game, I think that, let me not go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. I think that this will be our best offensive showing, except for the Bills, outside of the Derrick Henry fumble, right? So I'm going to say that this is going to be our best offensive showing of the year. I don't know if that means more points, but I think it means it's going to look easy. I think we're going to score in a variation of ways, and I think we're going to avoid turnovers.
Okay. I love it. I mean, if you can't do it at home coming off a bye,
right?
Like with a team that's, have a whole new offense, then come on. What are we doing? Let me ask you something, Jimbo. Does this add anything to the Bears trolling the Ravens after they heard that the Ravens removed all of their games from their facility?
What's up, man?
Wait,
mute this.
Yeah,
the Bears tweeted this out, Jimbo.
Oh, are you serious?
Ping pong, pop a
Yes.
shot,
Yes.
darts. They're trolling the Ravens for removing their games. Do you think this was smart by the Bears?
No. No, I don't understand why you would do this to, I mean, look, even if our defense doesn't strike fear in you, Lamar can ring up 50 on you.
Yep.
Like, you remember what, you want to go listen to somebody, listen to Jalen Ramsey talk about Lamar Jackson when he put up a 5-piece in what, 3 quarters or something?
Amazed. Yeah.
Bro, don't poke the bear. Don't do this. Look, they are the Bears, coincidentally, but
isn't that crazy that they would do like what?
Just
whose
remember
idea
that a
was
group of
that?
Ravens is called a murder. Okay,
That's right. whose idea was this? Is my like because I can't believe it was the coaching staff.
Right.
Like, yeah, we're gonna troll them. Like, unbelievable. But hey, man, I guess they said that that people aren't scared of the Ravens no more, and I guess that's proof right there. I mean, they wouldn't be doing that if they had. Yeah, they're not doing this if Ray's still on the field and Ed and Suggs and Haloti. They're not doing this. So, hey, we got to show them why they should not do this again, right? The Ravens have to, I think, take that personally. I think they have to smack them in the mouth. I know that they've seen it. I guarantee coach has put it up on the board and made sure everyone in the locker room sees that they are trolling them. Because, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, I mean, it's wild to me that it's like, I'm not used to that as a Ravens fan, seeing other teams troll us. Usually they gush over how good they are, like, oh, they're the greatest, and they give us nothing as far as locker room material. Well, the Bears certainly gave us some locker room material, so we'll see. We shall see.
We shall see.
But yeah, this is gonna be a fun matchup. I think the Ravens offense has an opportunity to get back on track, and the defense has an opportunity to kind of get some swagger back and confuse Caleb Williams, and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, like, can we see a little bit of the old Ravens defensively? Old as in like a stable defense.
Yeah,
and
not worst.
Right, and can we get our swag back on both sides of the ball? Certainly with the offense as well. All right, Glenn. Well, do you have any other X factors for this game offensively for us? Any guys here? You talked about Zay.
Yeah.
Talked about Derek, but any guys that maybe people aren't thinking about top of mind?
Yeah,
Zay, Tez going to be back, right?
Yeah, Tez going to be back. I mean, look, Tez could always catch a 40-yarder, and we all know DeAndre Hopkins at any point could go in there and just absolutely moss somebody, which I do think if given the opportunity, they certainly throw that ball. Question is, do the Bears give an opportunity to get one-on-one coverage on the outside to DeAndre Hopkins? I don't think they will, because they don't do a lot of man defense. They run a ton of zone, Jimbo, ton of zone. They don't run a lot of man defense at all. If they do, it's because they're all out blitzing you, which if that is the case, then absolutely throw it up to DeAndre. But my X factor, I talked about it a bit earlier, is Justice Hill. And because of the fact that I think his pass blocking will be essential in this game. Again, they bring those corners, man. And I think if I remember reading correctly, both those Brisker and the nickel corner they bring have had roughing the passer penalties in the last 2 games. So they bring they'll get to your quarterback and they'll put him on his ass. And I think not only does Justice Hill have the opportunity to step up and be that all-world blocking back that we know, but also I think they could dump the ball over those blitzers' heads and get him in open space. And don't be shocked if he doesn't crack off some big 30-yard play through the air by catching a little dump down over the top.
I see you, Glenn. I see you taking Justice Hill.
That's too easy, some of these other guys.
You remember when I did that and I ended up losing effort? I think he had 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, he was the only bright star. We got absolutely destroyed.
Before we talk about these over-unders, any thoughts on Lamar Jackson buying street food at midnight in Florida?
Dude, it's funny. I saw 2 different headlines. Like it's 3 different headlines. One was Lamar Jackson nobody has ever looked more high than Lamar Jackson does right now. That was one headline. Then the next was Lamar Jackson out after midnight at a food truck while rehabbing injury. And then the last one, which was like, oh, this is what Lamar Jackson out supporting a friend's food truck by, patronizing it or whatever. Like, it's just amazing how one story can have so many different, headlines. It's just crazy. No, I think it's absolutely fine. I have no problem now, as long as he doesn't get no stomach ache, because he does have a history of tummy issues here in Baltimore. But outside of that, I don't have any. He's on his bye week. Stop it, guys. These guys work like crazy. If he wants to go to a freaking food truck and have something to eat late at night, I have no problem with it, Jimbo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem worth, any qualm worth getting upset about. Certainly, I would much rather, if this is as bad as it gets with Lamar Jackson staying up maybe too late and eating some overly fried food at midnight.
Oh, it looks so good though. Kwame's right. Oh,
you know what I mean? What do I have to really be concerned about with everything else that's going on? And And all
He's
these
he's a what is he? The people's champ, man. He's a man of the people.
I'll tell you what, it's funny because everyone talked about the way he looked being high. The first thing I noticed, he's got an Anta hoodie on. So random. It's
I don't even know what that is.
Anta, I think I know it's a Chinese brand. Like Clay Thompson wears Anta.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving wears Anta now. Like it's a Chinese clothing, like a Nike brand, but just like random to me. Like,
yeah, I thought he'd be wearing his own clothes
or like something, but that's the last sports brand I would have guessed that he had on. It's just so random.
More NBA, right? Because their NBA's big in China.
Yeah, exactly. Just so who knows? Maybe they're making a run at Lamar. You never know. And he does outside the box things. But that to me, whatever. I don't care. It's a non-story. I don't care.
Yeah. Let the guy live. My God.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And honestly, I don't even know anymore what the rules are. First of all, I don't know how to tell if someone looks high or not. And I'm not going to say he looked it or didn't. I don't know.
Didn't look high to me, Jimbo.
I personally just don't know what I'm looking for, except somebody that can't put words together and is slobbering out of their mouth.
I can tell. He didn't look high. Let me tell you, I can tell. Jimbo, I can tell. He was fine. Absolutely fine. Let me tell you, I ain't hiding it. If I was on that social media with the food, I'd be. I can't hide it. There's no hiding it with me. So he thinks he was smacked. See, I don't. I guess but I don't think so. It didn't look like it to me. But
I don't even know what the rules are anymore. Do they even test in season anymore? Is marijuana even a thing?
I don't know if they test for marijuana anymore. I don't even know. I don't know if that's something they pop before when it's.
So if it's not, who cares? Like whatever. Why? Who cares? The league obviously doesn't care. Why should I at that point?
Yeah.
I also got to give a quick shout out before we move on to Snoop, of course, Tyler Huntley bro. You seen the grill? The teeth work?
I didn't see, but he's got a mean hairline, dude. His hairline is perfect, bro. He's not balding even a bit.
Nope. But dude, the teeth. Wow.
Were they good?
They look good.
Were they shining?
Shining.
And he just got signed to the and he just got see you, King. Look, it's recreational, okay? It is recreational. And like I'll say, I'd rather him be dabbling in a little recreational marijuana than drinking heavily. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's pretty clear which one has worse effects on you. I mean,
certainly on your performance on a football field.
Don't put me behind I would not even think about getting behind the wheel of a vehicle drinking. Mm-hmm. Now I don't think you should really do it fried either, but I think your motor skills are far better. Also, not to mention all the other health issues. But anyway, look, we're not here to talk.
I'm
about
not a scientist.
Exactly, but either way, look, I'm excited about this game. I think we'll learn a lot. Like the coaches had a week to do self-scouting to figure out what they've been doing well and most importantly, what they've been doing poorly. Monken has some criticism, apparently, according to the Baltimore Banner, from his offensive players and the lack of creativity in his play calling. Okay, you had a week. Todd. Let's see what you got. Let's hope he gets back to some, more of the swagged out Todd Monken that we're used to, because there's no excuses after this one. You got all your guys back. You had a week to prepare. You had extra week to prepare to self-scout. I better see a good offensive and defensive game plan. If they have if we see another situation where we're taking Henry out of the game on 3rd and short and 4th and short or in goal line situation, if we see Zach Orr playing this soft-ass 2-man, 3-man pass rush, off coverage defense, I'm going to be pissed on here on this post-game show, Jimbo. Hot.
I hear that, brother. I hear that. All right, you ready to get into it?
Yeah,
of course, you guys know we have our over-under. We do it every week. You guys can participate, and you have the chance of winning a shirt, some swag from 410 Sports Talk. If you win, make sure to submit your answers anywhere, any social media handle, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or in the comment section of this show after it is finished going live. Don't add it in this chat. Add it in the actual comment section of the video, or hit us up on social media. All right, Glenn, let's go.
To my on the bad fly, trying to let they cast stock, homie, let them know you here. All my ladies that be mad high, get set me off like mad lies. Shorty, let me get this clear. Okay, Baltimore the backdrop, rep it like a mascot. I'ma let them know we here. All my ladies.
Let's
Yeah,
go. Got me excited.
Yes, the week 8 over-under competition has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it. We'll start, of course, with the offensive side of things. Jimbo, Lamar Jackson passing yards against a beat-up secondary. First game off of an injury, however.
Mm-hmm.
Over under 225.5.
The thing about Lamar being so efficient in our rushing attack, this is a good number because he can go for 170 and 4 tutties.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just so you know, he averages on the season, I believe it was 217, but that's including a game, where things didn't go so well. So
yeah, I'm gonna go over.
Going over. Okay. So Jimmy, let's see. Jimmy goes over, and the G-Man is going to go. Now, DK, how does he? I guess he can't win this week, but I guess the totals. Yeah, anyway. All right. So I'm going to say under on this one. 225 is a pretty good number, and I'm hoping we get
for
some
Lamar.
short fields. Yeah. All right. The Ravens rushing long is the second one.
Yeah.
25.5.
Oh, over. Smash the over.
So you think they have a 25-yard run? Who has it?
Derek. He'll get loose. With Lamar back, he'll get loose. I mean, Lamar Jackson is the ultimate what am I trying to say? He's the ultimate commission. Like, he deserves a commission check for that.
Yes,
how much he helps that rushing attack.
No doubt. I'm going to say under, however, because I think he could get to a 20-yard run. I could be wrong about this, but I really just want to beat you. So I'm going to say under and bank on the fact that, they have a good day, but not a long run to show for it. So let's switch sides, move on to the defensive side of things, and start with Caleb Williams turnover total. This combines both interceptions and fumbles.
Doing good at turnovers. Did not turn the ball over this year.
That's true. But what do you think about this game against this Ravens defense?
I'm going under.
Wow. You have no confidence in our defense, huh? We're going to be opposite everywhere. I'm going to say over. I think we have a big game on the defensive side of the ball. We cause him to be a bit frazzled. I think we cause 2 turnovers. Okay, 2 turnovers. All right. Me and Jimbo have not agreed yet once. All right, DeAndre Swift, yards per carry in this game. Over under 4.7, which is his average on the season.
Over.
Wow. So you're not buying into that that improved rush defense last time we saw the Ravens.
No, I think they're improved enough to win the game in this week, and I think they'll continue to improve, but not right out the gate.
Dang. You know what? We're going to literally disagree on everything. I'm going to say under.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to say under. I think with Roquan back, with the intensity he's going to bring, with the fact that Kyle Hamilton is now much closer to the line of scrimmage and his ability as a tackler, he might be our best tackler on the team. And then I do think that we saw improvements on the defensive line when it comes to, clogging up those holes in the middle. I thought Travis Jones and John Jenkins played well. So for that reason, I'll say under 4.7 yards per carry for DeAndre Swift.
All right.
Next, we have the first tiebreaker. Over under total score 49.5. What do you got?
Give me over.
Jimmy says over.
Give me over on this one. Yeah. What about you?
I'm going to say under. We're literally going to disagree on every single one. I'm going to say the
Ravens win 35. I'm not saying 35. I'm saying 38. 38.
Damn.
38-28.
Wow. High scoring affair. I like it. Okay. I'm keeping all these notes, by the way, because we don't have a traditional doc set up here.
Yeah,
Jimbo.
thank you.
So I'm keeping this that way we can score it. All right. So I'm going to say under the total of 49.5. And I'm going to say the Ravens defense do a much, much better job. I'm going to say they win the game, but still give up a decent amount of points. I'm going to say they win the game 28-20.
That feels too low to me.
No, we're going to find
I always
out.
have to try and calibrate for the fact that I'm old and I think of old school scores, like old school football. And you know what I mean? Scores like 14, 17. They don't always, doesn't happen anymore.
No, but 28-20 is pretty high scoring. I mean, that's not
I feel
very.
like
It's 48 total
28 is good. I feel like 20 is low these days.
for the Bears.
Yeah, but I feel like if you got your starter, you're putting up 20.
Yeah, I mean they have. Let's see. I'm going to pull up their. I'm just kind of curious how many times. So they
Don't change though.
no, I'm not.
with it on that one.
I'm not. Okay, they have not scored. The lowest points they've scored all season is 21. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You might be onto something. They did lose that game 52-21
Oh,
to the Bears. So
to the Bears. You mean that was to
the
Lions,
Lions.
right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Lions. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the
all right.
next one, baby. Second tiebreaker, total yards. The Ravens closest to the pin. I'm going total yards. I took Lamar under, right? I took under on the yardage for. I took over.
Yep.
You went under, right?
Well, which one is this? Number
The first one, the yards.
Number 1, you took over.
Okay, I took over. All right, 230. I say Derrick Henry runs for 110. I'm going 365.
365.
You know what? Change that 6 to an 8. Give me 385.
I'm glad you made it an 8 because that makes it easy for me to change it.
Yep.
All right, so 385. I'm going to say, man, what am I going to say here, Jimbo? I don't want to totally do you dirty here and undercut you, but I did say under on Lamar Jackson and under on the long rush. All right, I'm going to say 345 is my total. 345.
Right.
I hope you're right about that. But it's not going to come down to that anyway. I already have dusted you in the previous over-unders, so that number really won't matter too much.
We'll see. But look, I think that's it for us tonight, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully you feel prepared for this game and optimistic. I think we do. I think we both have I know we both have the Ravens winning. So make sure to join us right after this in the post-game show. We'll be here, win, lose, or draw. But that's it for us tonight, folks. We'll talk to you soon.